What is it? What is this we're looking at? Perhaps a better question, where is it? What you're looking at is 22 to 24 inches of sediment in a public water supply. Sediment in the floor of a water storage tank. Yes, city drinking water. This is in a 500,000 gallon tank. This one happens to be underground. We've cleaned half the tank, and now we've gone back to clean the other half with our camera in hand. The EPA determined that the presence of microbiological pathogens in public water supplies is a health concern. And you can see these layers. Some of them are very dark, and we've been told that where you have these black looking layers in here, that's where bacteria is growing. Over 260 contaminants have been reported in drinking water served to the public, according to a report published in 2005 by the National Assessment on Tap Water Quality. Hi, I'm Ron Perrin. My company inspects and cleans potable water storage tanks. And whether it's this or what's more normal is 2 or 3 inches, we effectively move the sediment out of the potable water storage tank. We put it right out there on the ground, make the tank safer, healthier. You never know what's in your water storage tank until you take a look at it. So we inspect our tanks with remote cameras, ROVs, and even a diver. The diver is sealed in his own environment. He's wearing a dry suit, and then he's washed down with a chlorine solution. No part of the diver touches the water, and everything that's used in the potable water storage, because this is the water supply, everything that's used in there is bought for and only used in potable water. Everything's also washed down with a chlorine solution, including the diver, to meet American Water Works Association standards. There's a real art to doing this without stirring it up and getting the sediment into the water system. We start off by working from the ladder, getting a small place to stand, and then we work out from there, just like you see this diver doing now. He's wearing a bailout bottle. You can see the tank on his back. He's not breathing off of that. That's just for emergencies. He's being supplied air from the surface, from a compressor that's outside the tank running. So he's got surface supplied air. He's communicating with a tender up topside to give him hoses or anything else he needs. It looks like he wants to take a break there. I guess you can't work all the time. Let's see what he's up to. Okay. He's showing us his preference for TV programming when he's not down in the tank working. And he wants to get a hold of the camera. Wants to make sure we see that, and it's number 1. Okay. Well, he's getting back to work now. We're removing 2 to 3 inches of sediment off the floor of this tank. This tank is a ground tank. It's just sitting on top of the ground. The one we started with was an underground tank, and we can also remove the sediment from elevated storage tanks. Just your typical water towers. Almost all water tanks accumulate sediment over the years, and as it builds up, it can become a habitat for bacteria. The list of contaminants found in drinking water is staggering, ranging from heavy metals and uranium to bacteria, protozoa, and viruses. Even treatment chemicals used for disinfection can form harmful chemical byproducts in treated water. EPA has determined that the presence of microbiological pathogens in public water supplies is a health concern. If finished water supplies contain microbiological contaminants, illness and disease outbreaks may result. In 2002, the EPA Office of Ground and Drinking Water issued a paper on distribution systems titled Health Risks from Microbiological Growth in Biofilms in Drinking Water Distribution Systems. That report said that hepatitis A is a primary pathogen that has been documented to survive more than 4 months in the sediment of a distribution system. We remove the sediment, and when you remove the sediment, you're removing any contaminants in the tank. Then the treatment chemicals and chlorine that are put into the water system can do their jobs. Look at how dark that is. That is probably teeming with bacteria or other contaminants, making it as dark as Indent ink. That's the end of our presentation. Visit ronperrin.com.